Welcome to round 3 of the Goodies Trash Series. Today we're at Talladega Super Speedway for what's going to be certainly a wild race. 47 laps around arguably the fastest track we'll go to all season. Guys, we saw 2 crazy races to start the season back to back. What are we expecting to see today?
I'm concerned. We saw speeds of over 235 in practice. These guys, I don't know how they're going to do it. It's going to be one of those weeks where we're going to be crossing our fingers and holding our breath for the next 47 laps. Ugh.
Yeah, expect a lot of wrecks tonight, because, let's be real, half this field doesn't have brain cells to save their lives, and, it's one of those things where it's like, survival of the fittest, natural selection might come into play here, Kyle.
You're very right, my friend. Today I'm joined by Mike, as always, and Tristan, of course. 47 laps, as we established. I want to point out a few things before we actually get going here today. We have changed this track considerably. We tore down some of the catch fencing, tore down some of the fencing on both sides, actually, outside and inside. This way the fans can get a closer view of the action, feel like they're part of the sport a little bit more. We already have several fans, dozens even, on pit road being volunteer pit crew members. Now even more people in the stands get to feel as close to the action, and I think that's just a wonderful change. Those here at TOECAR really spare no expense getting the fans involved in the action.
And I don't know if the government, or not the government, but the governor of Alabama is going to be happy about it, but with the fence gone in the turns, people can just come up and look over the wall and watch the race for free if they don't feel like buying a ticket. I mean, it's not good for our bottom line, but at least more people to get to watch the race.
That's what I'd do. That's a smart idea. That's what I'd do.
Might not be the most business savvy thing we've ever said on air, but get to a TOECAR race, folks. That's what we're saying.
Now these guys,
tickets are cheap, arguably free.
I guess we like lawn mowing.
We did just unpave that area, so maybe they're just doing that off force of habit or something.
You planted grass?
Today, our starting grid, we're going to go with the top 10. Jeff Gore dummy, 2 poles in 3 weeks. That's amazing. We have Rustard and Ketchup in second on the front row with him. Third place today will be Rusty Dipstick in the 69 car. Alongside him is going to be the 96 of Harold Klott. Our good boy Harold up front again at a super speedway. Let's not forget, Daytona, he led the first lap of the season entirely. First lap at TOECAR entirely. Fifth place today is Joe Swanson, recovering nicely from the loss of his legs last week at Charlotte, even though he already couldn't use them. Walter Cooler in 6th. 7th place today will be Down Under. That's a good run for that 76 team. They've been kind of anonymous to start the year, and they really, really need a good run. The 32 car is right alongside him. That's Mateus Paiva. And then 9th place today, Elliott Sadness, another person who was quick at Daytona. And then yet another quick person from Daytona, Just Luke, starting in 10th place today. The rest of the field did not qualify well enough for their sponsors to get mentioned, so legally I cannot talk about them, but you'll see them, I'm sure, throughout the day.
Yeah, we have a lot of cameras. You should be able to use your eyes and get the sponsorship some value.
Take a look at that 32 Tide car of Mateus Paiva. I hate him.
We heard, we know. And to follow up on what Mike was saying, you know the old adage, sponsor on Sunday, go out of business on Monday, and these fellas might just do the same as the pace car peels in.
Man, these fans, they are in for a treat today. They got a better view than they ever have at this racetrack. They got drivers that are going to drive more aggressive than anyone ever has here. I'm excited and scared.
As the field slowly crawls to the tri-oval, they head towards the start-finish line. I'm not going to say the thing. You know where it is. And we're green.
Biggity, biggity.
And we're already going quick. I think they paced this track at roughly 90. They're already 3 wide in the back. I'm sure we're going to hit speeds of 230 by the time we reach turn 3 here.
There's already lingering dirt from the pre-race mowing session.
Yeah, that was kind of strange. I don't know if they all got distracted or if, perhaps they all followed Gore dummy. After all, he was the pole sitter. Maybe he had a secret we didn't know about.
Man, wasted no time going 3 and 4 wide.
It doesn't take long here at Talladega. Rusty Dipstick going to lead the field off turn 4. Looks like Elliott Sadness might peek to his inside. Gus Bell peeks even further inside. Here we go. 3 wide through the tri-oval.
Wonder if Gordon can get a big run on the top here, make it 4 wide for the lead.
Looks like lap 1's going to belong to Rusty Dipstick. Soon an ambulance will, though, based on the way this field is racing right now. We're 4 wide in the back.
4 wide!
Mateus is back there. That's not good.
It certainly is not. What I'm really scared about and proud of in some ways, that 21 car. He has been in essentially every caution we've had in this series this season.
Oh, whoa!
Trouble.
Was that Mateus?
There was several people. Russell and Ketchup sliding down. Daddy McBetty doing a sick drift in turns 3 and 4 down back to the apron. As the field races back
Oh,
to
we
the
got
wall.
more
No!
trouble.
Oh,
Oh,
we got
no.
more.
Von
Anthony Von
Samsung.
Samsung. Anthony Von Samsung tumbles several times.
Dimitri
It's
Oh,
and,
he got hit again.
Walter Cooler's
And
back
Walter
there.
Cooler.
Oh, man, it's not over, guys. Oh,
Ow!
Slow down, guys. Oh,
Oh,
my God, they're
man.
still coming in here. Just Luke. Another impact.
we
I
hear
heard
more.
it.
Oh,
That-
Dimitri
Oh,
again.
oh man.
Dimitri.
Daddy McBetty. Back in it. Oh, no.
Oh!
Guys.
They can't, how can they not avoid this? Just slow down. The caution's out.
Oh, man. Paul Walker music all tore up.
We got a lot of cameras. We might have to use them here.
Oh, no,
gonna-
Fragile Fred. That's not good. That's got to hurt.
Well, he's driving, thankfully, so we know it's not the worst possible situation, but
Man.
not a good sign. A very, very haunting sight for those of us who've watched TOECAR the entire
Man.
Yeah, they're all going 3 and 4 wide back there for about the 10th row. Ginger
Oh,
Joe.
what an...
Oh, wow.
We had 2
Couple wrecks.
accidents there.
We've seen a couple times so far this season. One wreck gets everybody off guard, and then suddenly 3 or 4 accidents compound into one really big one. It's really no different than any of the others. Adam Recklin was in that wreck. Ginger Joe, I don't know if we talked about either of those guys. Mason Dixon.
Just looks like Mateus Paiva lost those brain cells I was talking about before the race, as always. I don't like him. Now let's see what happened up here. Oh, look at the 5. Is that Florida Man?
Florida men.
Oh,
Oh,
no!
no.
Oh no!
Oh, man, that was a hard hit back there to the driver's side in the concrete.
And
And
the
then it
rest of
just-
this field tries so hard to slow down for once, but still to no avail. The rest of this field comes flying in there.
Keep piling in. It was the
Oh.
wreck that never stopped. Who is that? That's Anthony Van Samsung.
Got plowed
Yeah,
into
Anthony
by
Von Samsung.
Dimitri.
Got absolutely cleared out. As this 9 car is about to do the 78. Oh, my God.
Oh, there comes Mateus. Incredible
Oh, he
miss.
missed one.
That's a
And then-
curse.
And,
Oh!
oh,
They just, I don't know what the thinking is here. They all come flying in full
Oh.
speed. 29 car gets hit a second time. On board the 29 car here. The first wreck has already happened. He's already safely made it past that first accident. But then the Armageddon happens off turn 2. Oh my gosh. The
Oh.
strikes, pardon me. Dimitri just thought he could fly through there on the inside and had no space. Hits him again. Made sure he finished the job with Anthony Von Samsung. That was unusual.
That's just completely uncalled for, if you ask me.
And then,
oh, Paul Walker music just comes in and polishes him off. Oh,
and then he gets hit again. I think that was the 18, if that brief flash of vision there helped. But, and then another impact with just Luke. It's the wreck that just never stopped.
Here we are going to ride on board with Debbie McBetty in the 23. You know, he had a really good save here. Right here, he had a really good drift. Like you mentioned earlier, Kyle, a sweet drift going into turn 3 and 4. And then, just kind of, well, you'll see what happens here.
Just, I guess he must have been talking to his crew. Texting, doing something he should not have been doing behind the wheel. Putting a
my
fucking
God.
sick parlay down. Misses the
Yeah.
whole first wreck, but couldn't quite miss Dimitri there.
Yeah, I do not know what the mindset there was. That's crazy.
Oh.
And he got finished off there. Who was that?
That was the 22 car of just Luke. Wow.
Man.
And we're back here at Talladega. The pace car pulling in. We got Gustav Bell in first place, Willie Studs in second, third place, of all people, David Gutterball. We'll see what happens on this restart.
give Gutterball about 5 laps before that thing's backwards.
Got to give him some props. That's the first wreck I think he's missed all season, so improvements. You know,
Baby
you don't
steps.
become great overnight. We're beginning to see a huge trend here in TOECAR. That outside lane always seems to be the fast lane on these restarts. Every single time. You don't want to be first. You want to be second for sure.
Harold already one that gets up to the front. He's already dropping down bottom of 3. Back 2 now, but
Well, you know, he led the first lap at Daytona, and I'm sure that felt great. I'm pretty sure that's the only lap he's led this entire season. As we're on board the 19 car, Big Luke lifts. He's had an interesting season, too. I'm sure he's happy to finally have some of that chaos behind him. Oh, never mind.
about to come to an end. Oh no, Harold's in the way.
Oh!
Wow, they
Amazing
saved
They
it.
save.
saved it!
Gutterball putting all those spins to good use. He was able to hold on to this one.
That was a
And that
spare.
really separated this pack.
Now that second pack, they're going to get a big run here at about a lap and a half. Yeah, well, Big Luke's just within drafting distance. He's going to get a big suck down the back. He's going to be all over Jake Joe here by turn 4.
Yeah, all it really takes, this second group, once they start getting a little bit more organized, they start getting some big momentum. Although they are 4 wide, so I'm not sure if that's really helping. But they are going to have the speed nonetheless.
Got his old buddy making music, giving him push behind him. I think it's going to work out. They got them all lined up, drafting together, working together.
On the inside lane, Asiago coming off a cup start. He's got more experience than he's ever had, and he's ready to show it.
Did a lot better than his brother in the race, actually, but had to pull off with 1 lap to go. Ran out of fuel.
Yeah,
Here at TOECAR. It's never over till it's over here at TOECAR. They're 4 wide. Scubs is up by the wall.
You're
Dingo
right. They
Dave.
caught that pack. They caught that pack in less than a lap. Well, maybe a little more than a lap, I should say.
Look at Harold going for the lead.
We love that for
All
Harold.
4 wide.
There's Jake Joe trying to make it 4 wide.
Last week's winner making music, pushing him.
Oh no!
Oh!
And they
saved
saved
it
it again! Oh, they didn't! They did!
Oh, did they?
Making
Come on,
music,
Macon.
where's he going?
Come on, Macon, be smart.
Oh,
It wasn't smart.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
man.
DUI div spins. Can they slow down? Oh, no, they can't. Here they come. Oh my gosh. Phil, there's more cars behind this, I'm pretty sure, by the way. Certainly we had damaged cars. There they are. In the distance.
Oh no.
Slow down, fellas. You already made it back to the line. Oh. Looks like they're going to be okay. That's a relief. Are we
I'm
racing
surprised
back?
that wasn't as bad as it was. Oh,
Still racing
maybe they
back.
didn't take the yellow.
Not everybody did, Tristan. I think some of these leaders had a little bit of gap against most of those people who just wrecked.
That's right.
Here they come to the line now. Big Luke commanding lead.
After almost wrecking twice. Oh God.
The anxiety of slowing down has subsided. We made it. Unrelated. It was a superhuman effort to not say that he has a big lead. I don't know how I stopped myself.
Well, here's the replay here. Watch that 8 car making music. Just gets doored by who is that?
Dingo
That was
Dave
the
in
31 of Dingo Dave.
Dingo Dave. So he just gets doored down. And I don't know what he was doing here. I don't know if something broke or if he just felt like mowing the lawn for some reason, but
They do love the grass here.
they do apparently. And then just gets right up there into Priss Call, right? That's his name?
That's right.
Correct.
Priss Call. Like that name.
Learning
Anyways,
every day here in the booth at TOECAR.
hey, look at that! Look at back there. Watch the 32. Mateus Paiva. He just plowed into that wreck like a dumbass he is.
Not as bad as Phil Menard.
Yeah, Phil Menard
Man.
came flying in there. Looking back, making music gets doored here, and I think he thinks he can pull back up onto the banking, but then last minute decides better of it because it's like 3 and 4 wide up there. Nonetheless, pushes back up the hill into this group, and aside from that hit, avoided major damage, I think, right?
All
He's
things
gonna be
considered,
alright.
yeah.
Maybe a wise decision after all. If he gets hooked in the right rear heading back up the tri-oval, that's going to be a much, much worse wreck for both him and all the other people around him.
Coming off of turn 4 here, get ready to take the restart. Do want to note there are 4 cars out of the race right now. We got Fragile Fred in the 28. He's in the infield care center, feeling pain, but Surgeon General Steve Basil says that he's going to be okay. Eddie McBetty also out of the race with a destroyed car. Just Luke and Walter Cooler both destroyed as well. As Big Luke and Phillips Russell comes down to take the green flag.
Very, very late restart zone here at Talladega. Once again, the high side gets an amazing start. 84 car going to clear the 19 by a good margin as the turn 1 here. Chris Call trying to follow him through.
I still don't trust Gutterball. He keeps getting into positions where that thing's going to get turned. He was all over Big Luke, already trying to pass him. He's going to go down in a blaze of glory.
I mean, this is the only time he's had any success, Mike. You got to think the pressure might be weighing on him, you know? You come to this series, it's the first ever season of TOECAR. You know, he's trying to make his name in the series. He's trying to get to the Splint Cup series someday. And to have the start he's had, to then come back and be competing, pardon me, for the lead here, that's got to be overwhelming for the young man.
I bet he's being overwhelmed looking in the mirror right now.
And he's doing a pretty damn good job right now, though. Look at that 4 wide right behind him.
Asiago back there making it tight.
4
Down
wide,
under.
3 rows deep.
That 76 car, we talked about it earlier, how he really needed a good day. He's up in the lead right now. And I think he'll still have it in turn 3. That high side has way more organization than the bottom. That's going to give them a big jolt of speed down this backstretch. And the 76 could have cleared the 09, but chose not to go down there for some reason.
We got the Gordon-esque cars up here, Gore Dummy and Cross. They're trying to work together. Bet their spotters are having a hell of a time.
You know, Mike, that might be why they're right near one another in the first place. This way we can make sure we spot both of them. They're not really teammates, but they might be working together today. You know, the spirit of Jeff Gordon's with them both.
They might be sharing a spotter.
That would explain a lot.
If they're both in the same position, they never have to say anything different. That's a big trouble.
Trouble in the back. Elliott Sadness. I think I saw Tom and Walls, and they're wrecking again.
Oh no! I think that's Chris Cross. Who's up on the? Oh no!
Cut the prices right now. We welcome you back to Talladega Superspeedway, where thankfully, against all odds, we have confirmed everybody is, for the most part, okay from that wreck. Some people are definitely hurt, and we're going to have to get them evaluated by the Surgeon General, Steve Basil. But given how that accident looked, we have much less to be concerned about, knowing what we know now. So we definitely feel comfortable to show you some replays of what just transpired here at Talladega. Coming off turn 2 here, the field is packed completely up, 4x4x4. I think the 09 car is going to get hooked right here by Phillips Russell in that 84. And there's a completely separate wreck behind those guys, too. Elliott Sadness, Mason Dixon, several people flying to the inside. Mason Dixon up on his side. Oh, Dingo Dave.
Up ahead. There was one of the Jeff Gordon looking cars just shot to the hill on the left side there. I don't know if you saw that. He was just out of frame. Yeah, watch this here. Like the initial 2 wrecks that happen, well, they happen, but just take a look at this 95, what he does.
It's hooked to the inside there. Right up the hill. Oh, into the netting.
Massive
Watch out, cameraman.
And he stuck the landing.
Oh,
well,
hit the
that
jet out
access
with
road.
hit where the pavement and grass transition exists. That's crazy. I think we saw another car. I think we saw another car go up there too. Oh my goodness,
Joe Swanson. See, we got Joe Swanson. He thought he had that one missed with minimal contact. Then Rusty Dipstick comes up, knocks him twice. Just throws him up on the crisscross. Don't mind him. And just comes into the end of this chain link fence here and just rips it apart.
Oh,
luckily that did cushion some of that impact.
And you know, he got very, very lucky. It went right down the center of the car. I think he's going to escape injury-free from that somehow.
Pull those belts tight. We're riding on board with Chris Cross. And he thought he had it missed, and then Rusty was like, nah, you're in it, bud. And there we can see the Alabama wilderness.
Amazing. We've never seen a car reach those heights here in TOECAR. At least not yet.
Amazing you could get it back going there. That's the most impressive part.
As we come off turn 4 here, comes to the restart, pace car pulls in. I got a report from that 95 car. He is good to keep racing. He's told his team the car is almost completely fine. However, he is dealing with some soreness in the car, so he is going to get checked out by the Surgeon General post-race. Right now, our leader is Clink Bottles in that 45 car. And are my eyes deceiving me? Is that Scubs?
That's Scubs! Let's go, Scubs!
Hell of a guy.
And
he's got the restart. Oh, we love that for him.
Another outstanding start for the outside lane on this restarts. I think we've seen that all season. That has been an absolute trend thus far. That high side, for whatever reason, seems to always get a great launch. And it's no exception now. And here comes Scubs off turn 2 with the lead.
Well, there's one thing we'd say about these drivers, is they sure love top.
Making music, loving bottom. Goes down into turn 3 here. Make up into 3rd here if you can get by Arkansas Jones. Arkansas with some damage there, as you see.
Battle for the lead up here. Scubs getting passed by Clink Bottles.
Clink is tired of getting his bottles clinked every single week. He's ready to win a race.
You know, we were talking about David Gutterball earlier, how many accidents he's been in. I don't know if that 45 is very far behind. So I'm sure this is a welcome sight for that team. Looks like Scubs might get back by him here, but still an outstanding day so far.
Starting to fan out 4 wide there in the back there, as you can see.
We're approaching halfway, and I'm starting to think some of these teams might be starting to figure out, oh, half of this field is already damaged. Half of this field is destroyed. We really only have to race amongst ourselves. You'd think they might calm down a little bit. But yet they're still 3 and 4 wide. I see people pushing each other through the corner. Let's not forget these cars have the tow hitch sticking out of the front, which can absolutely hook somebody in front of you, turn them down to the inside. We've seen a few wrecks already like that today, or almost wrecks at the very least. Wow, they're 4 wide for the lead. Dakota West, I think, leading his first lap in TOECAR here.
Well, they're racing like it's the last lap because it might be their last lap. Let's be real here, Kyle.
Wow, that 54. The 54 came so close to getting hooked. I don't know if those at home saw. He was trying to block that inside lane, that second lane, pardon me, and it did not go his way. He's up on the high side.
The 8 car, there
Stubbs, no!
No, not Stubbs.
They're gonna
they all saved it for the most part.
Well,
they're trying to gather it up.
No caution.
Come on, Stubbs. Come on.
Gonna get it out of there.
There you go. There you go.
5 wide.
Hate that for Stubbs, though. He's having a stellar run.
My heart hurts watching this.
Harold Klott is in the lead. Look at Harold go. There goes Tony TOECAR to the bottom, passing him.
Adam Reckland in the middle.
No, that ain't gonna work, boys.
Arkansas Jones spins back up in front of several people.
Oh,
not again. Not again. Oh, looks like they'll all stay on Earth.
Car is on that embankment.
Oh, I don't know about you, but my heart sank seeing all those cars go flying to the inside like that. We're racing back to the caution. Jeff Gordummy side by side, neck and neck with that 88. Let's see who gets the upper hand here.
Harold's going to be pushing torque wrench. Is it going to be enough?
It will, I think.
Dead heat.
Oh, we got to go to the ultra scoring pylon to see what happened there. Can we zoom out a little, Mike? We got to see that 1,000th of a second mark. That was a real close finish. To the line here. Wow, that was incredibly close. You see the 88 just a tad bit ahead. It must have been an inch or two. That's insane.
No, it scored Gordummy.
Oh, wow. It is a dead heat, too. Look at those times. An exact tie. Wow.
Well, here we go on the replay here. Take a look at that white and red 57 car. He just gets hooked. That's Jake Joe. And then it just kind of all unravels here. Anthony Von Samsung got a piece of that again. Oh, he got more than a piece, it looks like.
I thought that 01 was going into the infield.
Mateus somehow gets through that.
Wow.
Man, that 57 is the luckiest driver in sports. That car went all the way up the hill as peacefully as you possibly could have imagined. Made it back down safe.
All things considered, this was not as bad as a wreck as it could have been. Let's be real. That was... I think for the most part, everybody's good to go and is rolling again.
We came real close to sending about 5 drivers to the space station is all I know. Thankfully, didn't quite go that way. On board that 57 car here. In the middle of 4 wide, not that you could tell at home. Just gets turned. And you know, the whole complexion of this accident changed once that 67 got turned back up the track. That completely blocked it for the field behind them.
Had a good view up there.
I'm sure those are great seats. I don't know why they don't have seats and a hill there now in real life. But
I think we know why they don't have people there right now.
Yeah, I could think of a few reasons why.
Yeah. Well, there'd be a few less even if they were there. And we're back. Pace car pulls in. Tony TOECAR in the lead, but if this goes anything like those first starts today, I expect that 24, that 11, that 21 to make a big charge. Although that inside does have Harold, and that's a big advantage.
Harold's a lot stronger than a lot of people thought he would be this season. He's been up here at the front every single race this year.
Nobody's led a TOECAR lap before Harold has, and that's not even an age joke. He just led the first one. They're already 3 wide. Ginger Joe trying to make a move.
Who is that on the outside? He is wasting no time.
That is Ginger Joe, brother of Jake Joe, who we just were on board with, who flew through the air almost.
Who's also back there doing just fine after a nice soft cushion from the grass.
They got to put that thing back. Imagine if there was an unsafer barrier there.
Look at this, 4 wide for the lead here.
I don't like where Harold is. Oh no, save it! Oh, a collection.
Oh, gutter balls in it. Oh, Mateus Paiva and another one. Jeff Gordummy, Adam Reckland. Oh my gosh, we got cars flying by the inside there. And another wreck.
Oh!
They're piling in, guys.
Wayne Rexky. Oh, Mrs. Alvin. Chris Cross in another one. Oh,
Dimitri and another one again. Hood was already gone.
It's insane that he's still out here.
Rest of the field makes it back safe. My goodness, guys. We just can't seem to get a run in.
You see here they're going 4 wide for the lead. Harold has 2 cars to his outside, but looks like the 21 and 88 hook a little bit, and that hooks into Harold.
Oh.
I thought this was going to be a way worse crash than it was. Harold actually got through there pretty unscathed.
Well, we had a few hard hits here towards the end of this.
All these damaged cars trying to make it through last minute. It did not work out for everybody.
Watch the 31 here. Oh!
Onto the apron, and then
Goodness.
Rustard and Ketchup had nowhere to go. Well, I mean, he probably could have if he decided to slow down, but why would you do that? You know, it's a race.
That 95, I think there was another wreck even further back, because 95 comes into this crash already wrecking. As you see, more contact there. We got Dimitri. Who else was that? Gutterball hits him. Bingo Dave obviously been wrecking this entire time. Onboard Chris Cross here. Let's see what he sees. Oh, he was in the initial wreck, or slowing down for it at the very least here. Misses it mostly.
Wow.
Oh,
got
and
ran
gets
into
run.
by Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, Wayne Rexky probably had nowhere to go. This is why they have to slow down more. You saw Mateus flying through there last minute too. These guys have to use their brakes. We are not at the last lap. We're going to have another restart. All of these cars you're passing are destroyed. They're going to pit to fix damage. I just don't get the mindset. As we see the front of the pack here, there was also some other things going on. Down Under gets somehow on the top of 3 wide kind of there. They all got hooked up. Phillips Russell gets hooked a little bit. Almost spins the thing right in front of Scubs, but is able to hold on. What a save by that 84. On the 1 to go here. And guys, it's coming down to it. We're going to start lap 35 when they get to the start-finish line here. And it's about time we make picks. Mike, who do you think's winning this?
I got my eyes on Big Luke. He's been up front all day long. He's avoided multiple catastrophes. I think he's got a lot of confidence built up at this racetrack. I think he's going to get it done today.
Tristan?
If there's one thing I know is anything can happen, and I still think that 0-2 car, even though he's way back there, I think Scubs gets the win today.
Wow. Bold pick from Tristan. My pick today, I'm going to go with that 45 car. I'm going with Clink Bottles. He's had a rough start to things, but I think today's the day he puts it all together and finds himself in the playoffs.
Here they come down for the restart. It's only going to be 13 laps to go, I believe. I'm not very good at math, but here they come.
Big Luke with a big jump. As we've seen all day today, DUI Div trying to help him some help. And one thing we probably want to talk about now, if this goes green, I know we haven't had a green flag run, I realize. However, if we do somehow go green, at least half of this field is destroyed now. So they are going to be going considerably slower than the leaders are. That could play a factor. We've seen it play a factor multiple times already this season.
Asiago up here, once again, having a really good run. Maybe that practice at Riki last week in another car gave him some experience that he didn't know he needed.
Better yet, let's not forget those Splint Cup cars, tungsten reinforced. You can push really aggressive with those cars versus these. I wonder if that gave him confidence to really draft well and maneuver his car in the ways that need to be done to make sure that car gets up to the front. We've seen that 54 McDonald's car all season. I don't think we've seen a race quite as good as this one so far.
Now he needs to remember that this car is fragile and then he can't be banging it into shit like he could in the Cup car.
I want you guys to keep an eye on this 3 car of Chris Call. He's been making some very good moves here in the closing stages in the race, and he is putting himself in a position to possibly sneak out a win here.
Somehow Harold's still up here too. He's losing a few spots now, but I think that car is still in working condition. I think he'll have no problem staying into this pack. And who knows, maybe it shakes his way. Phillips Russell, quick turnaround, back in the lead after getting nearly spun out in turn 4 there. Wow.
They get a little bit strung out here, but this track is going to have a lot of a yo-yo effect. They're going to get spread out a little bit, and then about a lap later, they're going to all bunch back up 3 and 4 wide, and then probably bring out a caution and just repeat it.
Down on the big move for second. I don't know if he has the momentum he needs. He doesn't really have any help. But it looks like he's going to get there anyway. That 97 didn't defend at all. Here comes Big Luke.
Sniff.
Will
Sorry,
Big
Kyle,
Luke
go
help
ahead.
him?
We've talked about Daytona a lot so far tonight. One thing we haven't mentioned at all, to Tristan's point, Chris Paul, who I think is going to be 5th here at the line, completely dominated the last stage of that race. Had a way faster car than all the people around him battling for the win, and you got to think that plays a factor here today too. A lot of those things they learned in week 1 could play out tonight the same way. Down under, still holding the lead, or sorry, battling for the lead somehow. I feel like we've had the same 4 or 5 people up front all day, but in like the best of ways. They've been swapping spots every 2 seconds. Here we see making music, making a comeback. Wow.
He's hungry, about to be making bacon.
good block from down under there as the 3 car was looking to possibly make a move there for the lead.
Now these guys, they don't know too much about how side draft works, but they're going to try it. They're going to start banging into each other, start cutting down tires. It's a valid strategy, you know, because side drafting does slow the other car down, and what slows you down more than a cut tire?
And you know, at the start of this race, to an extent, it was pandemonium. We had people all over the place, 3, 4 wide battles from start to finish. Now, just because of some, you know, attrition, let's say, there are a lot fewer people in this pack, a lot fewer contenders, and now it's become more of a chess game. You see some of these drivers making more deliberate moves. You see them being a little bit more methodical. You know, people aren't taking every single run they get. They've been 3 and 4 wide a little bit on this restart, and they haven't really done anything dumb. Like we saw that last caution, the 21 car, and I think it was... Oh, we have slow cars up here, too.
This is going to be a problem. We got a bunch of them.
Those things are going like 120. Oh, my goodness. Here comes the whole pack.
This is going to be an issue.
Oh, boy.
They're blocking.
Click bottles to the bottom. It looks like they're all held up by them, though. They're trying to find a safe way.
What is this?
Who's going to squirt through victorious?
They're trying to find a safe way around these cars. It looks like the high side is going to clear up here, hopefully. But that definitely brought a lot more people back into the fold.
It's going to be a 3-car getaway here for now.
Oh, man, they really got to get around that 71 and 29, and they're going too wide themselves. Oh, man, come on, guys.
This is not what you want to see if you're one of those cars in the pack. Let's not forget, TOECAR, no yellow line rule. They could just go below that 71, but for some reason they are electing not to. Both the slow cars move up, though, so that's going to be hopefully an advantage now. But
now, what we do see is the way they're spaced out, they might all be just barely hanging on to each other's draft. They might be able to suck back up, but they're really going to have to try and not be pulling out of line whenever they feel like it.
They definitely got their work cut out here, Mike. That's for sure. But if we go back up front, I want to just talk about, I'm really impressed with how Dun Under has been controlling the lanes prior to catching up to those lap cars. He is definitely showing his dominance here on the super speedway tonight.
Gentlemen, look no further than 3rd place. Out of all the people to miss that group of lapped cars, that 3 car is one of them. And he's got some speed. He's going to the inside of the 97 DUI div. Nothing he could do about it. And really, 3 cars in this pack, it's hard to generate momentum. So the fact that they're able to pass each other in this condition is insane.
This might hurt them, though. If they get side by side here, that might just be enough for the other cars way back there to start forming a line so they can possibly catch up. I mean, they got a ways to go, though, but let's just say that everything has changed now. We don't know what's going to happen now.
Well, the largest group of cars is this one we're seeing on screen right here. There's about 6 or 7 of them. There's 2 more kind of hanging on to the back. If this group can get organized, they're going to start bringing people with them all the way up through the field. And then eventually this group should catch the leaders. I know it's only 4 to go, but you got to think they have enough time. They're not very far back. All the damaged cars going through the field. Some of them ludicrously off the pace. These 2 are still side by side.
They do not want to work together, man. They would rather fight for second than work together to try to win the race.
Looks like Making Music and Big Luke are, at least for right now, working together up. And just as I say it, he's going to jump low. But if those 2 got it together, they would easily catch those guys.
Yeah, because they are making some time on the 3rd place car, but are they going to have enough laps left? Because they're only coming down here with a few to go here in a couple laps.
They cut a 10th and a half there. They have to figure it out. This 19 needs to duck in line, and he needs these guys to stay side by side. I hate to cause alarm, but there is another slow car off in the distance, and I think they're going to catch him. 2 of them, as a matter of fact.
This is going to shake it up.
No.
How fast are these guys going? They're going 207, which sounds impressive until you look back at the leader, who's going 225.
Oh, and don't look now. Here come those other cars. The 3 of them are definitely within the draft now. They're making a ton of time. If they just get a little more organized.
They're definitely going to have time to pounce when they catch the lap cars up here.
3 to go. I think, honestly, anybody in this top 6 could walk away a winner. And if somehow they really get held up by those lap cars, you might even be a fool to rule out 8th and 9th. Or 8th, 9th, and 10th, pardon me.
Oh, man, they're going 3 wide up there. Oh, they're going to do it again.
Oh, no.
What speed are these guys going? We know the other lap cars are going like
182.
200. They're going... Oh, my goodness.
50 miles an hour off the pace. As our lead pack is starting to bunch back up here, get about 5 or 6 cars.
Just in time to break them apart again, Mike.
Will this give an opportunity for 7th on back to catch up?
I'm not sure if they're making any time here. I am interested to see what the differential is here at the line. 2.66 this lap. Still the same. We're going to have to wait for scoring. 3.7. There is no chance unless these lap cars really hold this group up, which they
Here
very
they
well.
come.
You know what? They might do it. They might do it.
It's 2 packs of lappers at once.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Here they all come. They're 4 wide. But down under again.
And making music.
Using lessons learned from his name, goes down under the field and passes all of them. And these guys are all held up.
This is
What a
insane.
shame.
Oh my goodness. We really got to do something about these cars.
Well, now it's down to these two as they're coming to the white flag here.
Last week's winner making music, trying to win one without the aid of lightning. Running down that 76, but that 76 has been tough all day.
And they are packed back up here, man. We might have to do a side-by-side.
Oh, man. But as for the lead, making music, it doesn't seem to have any momentum. He's been in a few of the wrecks today, let's not forget. He's struggling to get that speed, but he's slowly inching closer and closer to that 76 car. Will he have the time?
I don't think he's going to do it. After what we've seen today, especially from that 76, I don't think it's going to happen today.
As I enter the trial one time, is he going to make a move? I don't think he has a choice. Down Under is going to win at Talladega.
Incredible.
Willie Studs looks like he cleared the pack for 3rd. Chris Call going to get 4th. Top 5 for Tom and Walls. Is he on the lead lap?
Oh, we got one car in the grass back there.
Whew. Tom and Walls was on the lead lap. That's a top 5.
Just a quick look here coming to the finish. We saw some smoke. Looks like Dimitri's going to turn down across the nose of Liz, Wyoming. Luckily, no yellow line rule, not that he passed anybody. He's going to come back up and, wow, narrowly avoids getting head-on hooked into the outside wall. That would have been there would have been a spray going into the stands from that impact.
Well, let's not forget, this is the last week Dimitri's going to be in that car. We're expecting Strikes to be healthy and ready to go next week. So, definitely trying to get every little spot, trying to earn a ride, trying to make it so that other teams hire this man when, inevitably somebody needs a replacement. Just an absolutely outstanding performance for that 76. Once again, like we saw not last week because of the rain, but 2 weeks ago, bringing it right in, keeping that car safe. And if you saw how that thing went through the air today, you'd be hard-pressed not to. That team was absolutely stout the entire second half of the race. Obviously, the lapped cars played a big factor, but the Australian was able to hold off making music. Somebody who's already won a race and in the playoffs for the victory today. What an outstanding finish, and what an outstanding day for that team.
I gotta say, this race went a lot better than I expected. It was a lot more smarter moves than we were seeing in practice. Not televised, of course, because we can't afford that much camera time. But, I thought we were going to have helicopters being fired up, but it looks like we're going to get away with just using the care center. Really impressed with these guys this week.
Overall, just a very entertaining race, I would say, personally. I just think at 76, when it got out in front, down under, there was no looking back. He did a solid job controlling the lanes and just dominating up front for the latter half of that race there.
Really impressive. Also, Harold Klott, P12, after getting involved in an incident there, we thought he was going to be needing to get some medical attention, but he got through that, got back up there, kept racing, and is going to continue to race next week.
Well, after yet another insane week of TOECAR, from the booth here at Talladega to wherever you might be listening to this, thank you, and good night.